Good, compañeros, estamos en Genshin. Vamos a empezar con la misión de Ayato, ¿vale? Ya he tirado por él en el stream anterior, en el que se presentaba The Chasm. Vamos a desbloquearla, creo que pide una llave solo, sí. Voy a darle y la recojo la de los encargos. Vale. Cypressus Custos Acto 1, venga. ¿Dónde tengo que ir? Ah, claro, sí, sin Inazuma. Ups. Aquí. Ya tengo el personaje, no lo he llegado a probar en la prueba, lo he subido un poco y le he puesto los primeros artefactos que tenía que eran, sinceramente eran para Child, pero bueno, a ver, le vale, supongo, no sé con qué escala ni nada, así que no he visto mucho de él, lo único que sé es que es el hermano de Ayaka y bueno, ahora tengo el par de hermanitos, supongo. Vamos a ver qué tal. Se supone que nos lo van a presentar de forma bastante directa, pero no sé qué más. A ver, hola. Voy a subir el volumen aquí. A mí no me suenan de nada. Es que todos los personajes de este juego son bastante similares. Ippei me suena. Ippei me suena. Si no yo no. Bueno, si no yo no. Sí, son ellas. Tenía que haber dicho que quién es. Claro, están hablando. Y eso significa que son súper buenísimos amigos. No significa que uno le esté pidiendo dinero al otro ni nada porque es de la guardia. Venga. ¿Por qué me he quedado aquí viendo al perro? Quiero decir, no me molesta, pero... Se ha quedado aquí, ellos han avanzado. Lol. Vale.
Oh, it's you. Thanks so much for your help last time.
No sé quién eres.
I was just ordering some clothes when I ran into him.
Me gusta su voz.
You know these two as well?
Madre mía, el mundo es un pañuelo.
Yes, they helped me
Igual es
and
porque
Master
repiten
Kamaji
mucho
on
las mismas
Never
tres
had the
regiones.
chance to say their names properly. What about you? How do you know them?
Also a chance encounter. Our Lady had them join us as additional guards for a goods escort in order to sneak out of Rito undetected.
Ah, ya sé quién es. Este es el que estaba enamorado de la del principio, la del pase ese. Al
Not
salvoconducto.
exactly. We've only just met. We both came here to order some clothes and got to chatting. Somehow we ended up on the topic of Master Kamaji and Lady Hiragi's relationship. Wait, it's okay to talk about that, right?
Supongo.
It's probably fine. They've known about it for a long time already.
Sí, somos nosotros los que les hicieron de teloneros, creo. Me parece bien que lo mencionen ahora porque probablemente no me hubiese acordado. Ha sido casualidad más que nada que me haya acordado. Next step, ¿se van a casar? Anda. Bien, boda.
Of course, this is just personal speculation. They haven't announced anything, and we wouldn't dare to ask.
I was instructed to place an order for some formal wear for a big banquet. Turns out that Ippei received the exact same instructions as I did.
They're both preparing for a banquet at the same time. They're both purchasing the kind of fine wine and confectionery normally reserved for big festivals.
Eso significa que van a cortar. Eso es lo que significa. No.
Lady Hiragi has been in high spirits recently, and I heard she's on a diet as well. Surely it's all for the wedding.
This is wonderful news! But,
What's wrong? Oh, don't mind me. She's about to be happily married to the love of her life. I couldn't be happier for her.
Right?
Eso es lo que dice cuando está súper dolido, ¿no? Sí, bueno, a ver, Ippei no tiene tanto problema. Ah, no pierde la esperanza el chaval. Bueno, a ver, supongo que es lo último. Ajá. Te ves decepcionado. ¿Por qué la cara tan larga? A ver, entendedlo, el pobrecillo. El pobrecillo está un poquillo enchochado con su jefa y claro, se entera a través de esto, que no vale para mucho.
Sorry, I just haven't slept well recently.
¿Por qué será?
ashamed to be so out of sorts at work. I'm not living up to my responsibilities, either to the Kanjo Commission or to my lady.
Are you
Con la señorita My Lady la llama. Bueno.
Not exactly. It's just everything feels kind of up in the air until they make it official.
Mm.
I get what you mean. I really do. We need
No,
this
no lo
to
entiende, no lo
be set
entiende.
in stone
No lo
before
entiendes,
the
no.
celebrations can really begin.
Mola, él está súper contentísimo porque se casa su jefe y el otro ahí devastado. No, no lo entiendes, no lo estás pillando.
What should we do? Should we just straight up ask them?
I don't know. That seems a bit rude.
A ver, podemos decirle algo como rollo, oye, se está rumoreando que os vais a casar, ¿es cierto? Dice, ¿qué va? ¿Qué dice? Dice, yo quiero invitación, o lo que sea. O no quiero invitación, no voy a ir ni de coña. Alguna de las dos comisiones debe saber algo al respecto. La comisión Yashiro se encarga de las ceremonias municipales. Nupciales, madre mía, no sé hablar. Ellos hablarán algo.
If Ayaka knows about it, that means it's a sure thing.
¿Va a saberlo de
I
memoria?
don't think it's a good idea to bother the Yashiro Commission about this.
Nah, no pasa nada.
It's fine. He and Ayaka are practically best buds. There's nothing to worry
Prácticamente, sí, sí,
I see.
supongo. Son súper buenos
Thank you
amigos.
very much. Having a definite answer will stop my thoughts from running wild.
Let's go to the Kamisato estate.
Venga. Hoy hojas caen en las malváceas. A ver, tiene toda la pinta que sí que se van a casar. No sé. Es como. Ha pasado ya un tiempecillo. Parece que siguen con la relación y tal. Es lo que toca.
This place impresses me every time I come here. It's so magnificent, but still so elegant.
We'll just wait here. We don't want to cause any.
No, pensaba que iríamos a la casa del té, la verdad.
Ayaka wouldn't mind.
Honestly, even if we did come with you, we wouldn't know what to say or do once we were inside. So we'll just leave you to it.
No sé, hola, quizá. Es una buena forma de empezar.
All right then. We won't be long.
Venga, hasta luego. A ver. Vamos a la sede directamente. Hola, buenas. He venido. ¿Debería ponerme al hermano? ¿O va a ser como muy meta? Cinemática.
Without looking at the board, you've ruined my strategy in one move. Amazing.
O eres muy malo jugando o el otro es muy bueno.
Ayaka, Toma, it's us. Huh?
Hey guys, it's been a while. If
Hola.
you're looking for my lady, I'm afraid she's not here right now.
Oh, that voice. Toma, would that happen to be the traveler?
Porque se ha dado la vuelta.
Yes.
¿No estaban jugando?
Greetings, traveler. Ayaka speaks of you constantly. Finally, today is the day. I am head
Hola.
of the Kamisato clan and Yashiro commissioner, Kamisato Ayato.
Había que empezar por uno, lo he dicho antes, ¿no?
Greetings, both. I have long been indebted to you on my sister's behalf. Finally, I have the chance to express my profoundest gratitude to you in person.
Nada, de nada, somos súper buenos amigos.
Ayaka is out today. If you are
Es
here
importante el
regarding anything
friendzone.
related to the Kamisato clan, you are quite welcome to discuss it with me instead.
Oh, hi. Your flattering words flatter us.
Joder.
Please excuse the suddenness of our visit, for it is most
Simon, si no
improper.
puedes, déjalo. Me encargo yo de hablar. Sí,
Why on earth are you talking like that?
no sé, es como el jefe de la familia, ¿no?
Pretty powerful person. He's already working his way up Paimon's list of people to never mess with. Look, as soon as he stands up, the whole atmosphere in the room changes, and it feels like you gotta be super polite.
You shower me with praise undeserved, my little guest.
No sé yo hasta qué punto eso es un halago, ¿eh?
So formal. This is a private residence, so please, relax.
Oh, Good. Because that whole spiel was really tiring just now. Alright, now that that's over, Paimon's just gonna ask the question.
Paimon ha pasado de ser educada a ser presuntuosa en un segundo. ¿Sabes cómo adaptarte a la situación? ¿Sabes cómo adaptarse a la situación?
Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato are gonna get married soon. Do you know anything about that?
Oh? I wouldn't have thought you'd heard about that yet.
Ah, los conocimos en el pasado, eso. Nosotros somos la Celestina de estos dos, ¿no?
I see. Well, it's true. It wasn't long ago that I received the news myself.
¡Oh!
Plans
¡Se
of two
casan!
Kamisato become
¡Bodita!
joined through marriage. This is big news for the whole of Inazuma. Since the Yashiro Commission presides over cultural and ceremonial affairs, it closely involves us, too.
Yes. And since the commissions are kind of the face of the Almighty Shogun to the masses, this wedding is one that we have to treat as a serious affair.
Right. Makes sense.
No,
Two
no,
true
no,
lovers
bueno,
becoming
vale.
husband and wife. What a happy occasion.
Se casa una, bueno, se casan dos
High
personas,
profile
claro, pues sería
matrimonials
complicado
between
una
two
sola.
commissions are extremely
Y
rare.
toda la ciudad está
These two
involucrada.
truly love each other. Tradition should give way to freedom in this case.
All right then.
Hmm.
I'll be sure to pay them a visit to send the best wishes of the Kamisato clan.
No need. I'll visit them personally this time.
¿Tiene tiempo para hacer esas cosas?
But you have other things to be doing.
This is a marriage between the Kujo clan and the Hiragi clan. The Kamisato clan must demonstrate an appropriate level of respect. The work of the Yashiro Commission is indeed multifarious. Normally, weddings and other ceremonies would come under the supervision of my sister. But
¿Y ella
she
qué
is
está haciendo?
presently occupied with other matters, and I happen to have a little time to spare. This will be a good chance for me to pay a visit to the bride and groom. Oh, and would you two care to join me?
¿Nosotros? A ver, es que sí, que soy la Celestina, pero se le hace un poco raro venir con la comisión ya sino para esto.
You two have a special connection with the individuals in question, or you would
Bueno, por lo
not
menos
be
con la
quite so
chavala.
interested in this matter. This being the case, why not come and offer your best wishes too? Or
Claro, esto ha
is
sido
my
por
presumption
culpa
incorrect?
mía. Yo he conseguido que se casen.
Not as interesting as you make it sound. No special connections here. Super ordinary ones, actually.
No, la verdad es que no.
Agreed to help deliver a letter this one time, that's all. Although, wait. Does that mean we helped make this wedding happen?
La fuerza del destino es la que une a las parejas. No, 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 no. Hace falta más que la fuerza del destino para unir a dos personas. Te estás dando demasiado crédito. O sea, supongo que los astros se tienen que alinear con bastante fuerza, así que igual sí que se trata de eso, ¿no?
All right then.
¿Qué más da? En fin, vayamos a darle una visita. Sí, ¿qué más da? Tampoco pasa nada.
Your mere
Mejor con nosotros, que ya nos
presence should
conoce.
mean we are spared the
Que el otro intimida.
futile pursuit known as small talk.
Wait, you're the Yashiro commissioner, but you can't do small talk?
Small talk is a chore. Of course, there are some people in the world who quite enjoy doing chores, but I am not one of them. Toma, I'm heading out with my two guests now. I'll leave
Venga.
the residence in your capable hands.
Not a problem. Take care, my lord.
Bueno, estaban jugando al ajedrez de ese, ¿cómo se llama? Es que no me sale el nombre No me sale cómo se llama la tabla esta. Pero no es ajedrez. Partida de ajedrez. Lo llama ajedrez, pero es que no es ajedrez. Bueno, no he visto ni el tablero por un instante, por eso estaba girado, ¿no? Dice. Pensaba que simplemente iba a cerrar los ojos o vendarse o lo que sea, no hace falta girarse. Lo han puesto girado simplemente para que luego sea dramático al girarse durante la escena, es eso. Vale. Pues venga. Venga, hasta luego. Informe IP. Bueno, vamos a darle la mala noticia al chaval. Ya nos han involucrado, ¿eh? Ya hemos venido aquí a ver si había boda o no. A preguntar una tontería y de pronto ya tenemos que ir con la comisión Yashiro a hablar a presentar nuestros respetos a los de la boda, no sé qué. Bueno, venga.
Ah, you're finally.
Hola.
Ah, Yashiro Commissioner.
Who are these two?
Los teloneros, supongo.
Paimon will do the introductions.
No hay mucho que explicarle, la verdad. Uno es de parte del novio de la boda y otro de la novia.
Well, there we have it. That's it then.
Oh,
Great.
pobrecillo.
Spot on.
El otro súper contento.
It is a little inappropriate for me to have shared news of this magnitude with you. So I would be much obliged if you could keep it in strict confidence until an official public announcement is made.
Don't worry, sir. We give you our word. We won't tell anyone about it.
That puts my mind at ease. Now, on the topic. We'd like to pay a visit to the Kujo clan. Would you mind leading the way for us?
Of course not. I'd be honored.
I guess this is where I...
Pobrecillo.
Aw, cheer up, Pedro.
Perdón, no tendría que reírme de esto. Es muy
I'll
triste,
try.
¿vale?
Thank you.
Me gusta el actor de doblaje de este señor. Da mucha penica también, pero... En su momento no tenía actor de doblaje, era todo texto, creo, ¿no? O sea, no... Como era... Es que es lo del salvoconducto este, que es por lo que hicimos la misión de entregar la carta y tal. Que habrá que hacerla, supongo, para esto. Es probable que fuese... O sea, que fuese solo texto. Es que no me... Como era una misión muy secundaria y tal... A ver, que la necesitas para salir de Inazuma, ¿no? Es obligatorio hacerla, pero es como secundaria. A ver. Madre mía, ¿qué le pasa a esta gente con las salas enormes? Esto es una galería de tiro con arco. Bueno.
All right then. Please excuse me. I'll leave you to it from here.
Este está contentico, así que no pasará nada, ¿no?
Thanks, Ipe.
Venga, hasta luego.
I apologize that your impromptu visit comes at a busy time for us, Commissioner. Otherwise, you can be sure that we would have prepared a more extravagant reception.
Habrá venido sin
To impose,
presentación
Sir
ninguna, ¿no?
Kujo. In fact, I'm not here on official business at all. I heard the good news about yourself and Lady Hiragi. What a glorious marital alliance this shall be. Given the close ties between our clans, it seemed only right that I should come and offer the Kamisato clan's congratulations in person.
I'm truly honored. I hope the news didn't come as too much of a surprise.
Claro, porque son del clan Cuyo. Vale, son porque son importantes. No me acordaba de quién es la Chiaki y la otra, ¿no? Es que no sé de qué familia es, pero bueno, si son dos familias mega importantes, entiendo que vaya la Shogun también, ¿no? ¿Cómo va todo últimamente? ¿Qué tal?
Since the incident with the Takatsukasa clan, things in the Tenryou Commission have slowly started to stabilize. I'm still acclimating to the position of acting head of the clan. I just hope I'm up to the task, so I can live up to everyone's expectations.
You're far too modest. The public thinks very highly of you. They say you're hardworking, upright, and responsible.
I'm flattered, but
¿Se van a sentir identificados el uno con el otro o algo?
my people. Thanks to them, everything is gradually stabilizing, and I finally had the chance to focus a little on my personal life.
Well, you're certainly making big progress in that department.
Me parece que valió la pena enviar la carta. Eres increíble. Eres increíble es un buen resumen, supongo. Pero está bien, valió la pena.
Now, you're embarrassing me.
No, claro, me dio una carta de vuelta para entregársela a la otra.
It's perfectly all right. Please continue. I'm quite content to listen. It's a joyous occasion. Light-hearted is exactly how things should be. Really, who stays stony-faced when talking about a wedding?
You're right.
Supongo que el otro,
I am curious
pobrecillo.
to know, what's your honest opinion on the whole thing? Do you think it's too sudden?
Estás teniendo dudas, colega.
Of course not.
Demasiado repentino.
Where there is true love, nothing should be allowed to stand in its way. No doubt
ver.
people will offer you a colorful variety of opinions. But of course, you will have factored this into your decision, and I'm sure you are prepared for whatever challenges may lie ahead.
Indeed, I am.
So please be confident.
Bueno, está seguro del tema.
When
Eso
your
está bien.
mind is made up, you ought not be worried about things for which you are already well prepared. Nevertheless, there is just one small aspect of this that puzzles me a little.
Please,
A
go
ver.
ahead.
You've been working hard to bring the Tenryou Commission in line. This is positive, and no doubt the beginning of important change. But on the other side of this equation, Lady Hiragi's father, Hiragi Shinsuke, is still in prison.
Ah, este es el
Of all moments
el
to announce a
traficante,
marriage
¿no? Su padre que era
between Hiragi and
traficante, sí.
Kujo clans. The kinds of rumors that may begin to spread both among the general public and in the Kanjo Commission.
Vale, ahora vemos las intenciones reales por las que este tío quería venir aquí.
Yeah. Couldn't have put it better myself, Sir Kamisato. This has been my biggest concern for quite a while now. Hiragi Shinsuke is firmly against me having any contact at all with Chisato. In the past, we've always had to communicate in secret by sending letters. So although
Sí.
now may not look like the best timing for this marriage, it may well be the only opportunity we have.
Oh, that guy? Yeah, he acts like this sweet old man, but he was determined to make as much trouble for us as possible. Oh,
Sí, me
he
acuerdo,
is
me
the
acuerdo.
worst.
Era bastante mala onda.
I can see where you're coming from. But you're only postponing the problem, not solving it. You will still have
A ver
to
si en algún
face
momento
it.
saldrá de la cárcel, supongo.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. But since Chisato had the courage to ask me to marry her in spite of everything, how can I disappoint her?
Oh, así que fue ella quien se declaró.
Well,
Suele
sort of.
pasar.
She raised the idea in a letter, and after some initial hesitation, I went to meet her and have a serious conversation about our future. It's funny, actually, because when I formally proposed to her in person, she denied having ever written that letter. So coy.
Huh?
Eh,
Really?
Tal vez solo estime... alguien la ha hecho... Alguien la ha hecho de Celestina, que no soy yo, ¿no? Vale. Alguien más le ha hecho de Celestina. Tal vez solo es un poco tímida.
She didn't say. She just acted confused by the whole thing. She really committed to it. I'll never forget the look on her face.
No la habría escrito el padre, ¿no?
Anyway, as her boyfriend, I knew she was just pretending, so I played along and said, I was only joking about the letter, and then I proposed. After making some disgruntled noises about me making a stupid joke, she blushed and said yes. We spent that afternoon working through all the details of the wedding.
Okay.
Sí que parece que el padre le ha intentado mandar una carta para que se casen y así poder sacarlo de la cárcel o algo, ¿eh?
It was a chance to finally express our commitment to one another, clearly and
Bueno,
completely.
está bien, ¿no? Se querían casar igualmente, pero no sé.
I think it was about time.
What? ¿Una aureola?
Next, I will always be there for her as the one person she can always rely on.
Oh.
Give me a break.
Madre mía, le ha dado asco. A
Sorry.
Paimon un poco de...
I've been wanting to say this the whole time. Is it just this dude, or does everyone in love act like this? He just won't stop talking.
No puede evitar compartir sus sentimientos, quizás es algo inevitable. No sé, déjalo, pobrecillo. Paimon, que te den por
And
culo.
also to Sir Kamisato. I must sound like a fool.
Far from it. On the contrary, seeing you so positively smitten puts my mind at rest.
No, estás
No
súper
surer
enamorado, ¿no?
evidence could there be of your true feelings and your commitment? If I had any reservations before, I certainly don't now. I wish you a joyous wedding when the day comes.
Yeah, even if it's kinda irritating to see you all smug like this, it's still a happy occasion. Good luck on the day, and have a happy wedding.
Thank you all.
Venga, felicidades.
It means a lot.
We have
Poner la mano en el
some
pecho
other
significa
things to attend to
felicidades en
now.
este
Until
sitio.
next time.
Very well.
Venga.
I'll see you out.
Está puesto en automático, pero por algún motivo a veces tarda más que otras en cómo continuar y tal. No pilla bien con las animaciones.
That must be true for anyone about to get married, right? It's a happy kind of busy, though.
Sí, aún sigue siendo preocupante lo de la carta. ¿Quién ha enviado qué?
You're right. Kujo Kamaji is on cloud 9. What do you think, traveler?
Se ve bastante feliz, pero la fortuna en la que todo comenzó es un poco
You
extraña.
chalked it up to her being coy, but that doesn't sound like the Hiragi Chisato I know.
No es como la persona de ninguna forma, o sea, rollo, ninguna persona actúa así, rollo, yo no envío ninguna carta, ¿qué cojones me estás hablando? O sea, eso no es una forma tímida de decir algo, o sea, no tiene nada que ver.
It bothers me also. But unfortunately, attempting to seek the truth of the matter would likely be fruitless.
¿Por qué?
Yeah, how come? Whenever we come across stuff like this on our adventures, we always find a way to get to the bottom of it.
Esta no es una de esas
I
ocasiones.
see. So that's how adventurers think.
¿Y tú qué
In
piensas?
my opinion, we face two obstacles in this case. Firstly, we have very little information to go on, and I must be cautious about taking a stance. This makes it difficult to investigate.
A ver, no me parece que haya poca información. Es una carta que se ha enviado con eso. Simplemente habría que preguntar quién trajo esa carta, por ejemplo. Si se sabe quién la trajo, se sabe quien la ha mandado.
Secondly, and more importantly, the person involved doesn't seem to care.
Sí, eso es verdad. Eso no le importa una mierda. Lo que ocurre es que dependiendo de quién sea, puede tener intenciones ocultas con respecto a la familia, porque si es como digo yo, el padre quien ha intentado unir a estos dos, parece bastante importante que sí que tiene algún tipo bueno, de schemes, ¿cómo se llama? De secretos ocultos, de esto, de planes secretos para lo que vaya a ocurrir después de la boda.
If we intervene without his blessing, good intentions may lead to catastrophic results.
You do have a point. Kamaji doesn't seem worried at all.
Everything in the world is intertwined. What looks like a simple outcome is often the result of multiple conflating reasons. Seeking the full truth would be a long and laborious process. It would be inefficient.
¿Has pasado por esto antes?
Sort of. I have to take this approach, or the work of the Yashiro Commissioner would never be done. My opinion is something like this. When something strange happens, instead of trying to find out what could have caused it, it is better to look at the situation itself. If the outcome is positive,
el
and no
por qué.
one was deceived or harmed in the process, then it is acceptable.
A ver, no se trata de las consecuencias que pueden ocurrir. A ver, si que se vayan a casar y va a ocurrir de un momento para otro. El problema es el tiempo. Es posible que sí haya consecuencias negativas de que ocurra pronto. Por ejemplo, el señor aquel está devastado.
We don't know yet. After all, we don't know what Hiragi Chisato's thoughts are, do we? I have to say, I'm impressed by your ability to zero in on the issue from such a short meeting. Most insightful of you. You are thorough and thoughtful, just as my sister describes.
Parece que le ha hablado mucho su hermana sobre mí.
Chisato and Kamaji have already talked everything through, haven't they?
Only if we are to take Kujo Kamaji at his word. But there are two sides to every story. I wish to know Hiragi Chisato's angle on this.
Huh. Makes sense, but Paimon still doesn't quite get it.
Que tenemos que conseguir la opinión de la otra.
I was planning to visit the Hiragi clan to deliver my best wishes anyway. Let's take the opportunity to hear her thoughts. If she's as committed as Kujo Kamaji, perhaps they can navigate the challenges ahead successfully. But if not... well, life isn't always a smooth journey.
A ver, en cuanto a amor, se querían mucho, por lo menos parecían quererse mucho. Estaba bastante interesada después de tanto... ¿cómo se llama? Habían pasado por mucho, ¿vale? Digamos, intentando hablarse siquiera. Así que por esa parte, guay. Otra cosa es que quiera casarse tan pronto, sabiendo la de problemas que hay. Pero bueno, yo qué sé, si se supone que ha aceptado ella, a ver si es verdad. Que ya que no lo ha propuesto ella, porque el otro lo ha puesto como una broma, pero al final es ella quien ha aceptado, supongo.
There is still much to prepare for the wedding. Should we also invite some prominent business leaders who frequently visit Rito?
Ya están los putos viejos maquinando, es que de verdad.
At the very least, we should send them invitations.
Ahí intentando quedar bien con los políticos y las cosas, ¿no? Y los burgueses.
Agree. Hello there, Yashiro Commissioner.
Hola.
To what do we owe the honor on this fine day?
Madre mía, ¿qué le pasa a ese hombre? ¡Agárrate de honor!
Same wedding I believe I heard you discussing just now. I come bearing the felicitations of the Kamisato clan. Would Lady Hiragi happen to be available at this moment?
Our lady is entertaining guests right now, and we're not entirely sure how long she will be.
Please, do come in. We will arrange some tea and snacks for you and your attendants.
Parece que la familia en general de la chavala sí que está bastante interesada en que esta boda ocurra y que sea lo más grande posible. El otro parece que más como que simplemente quiere casarse con ella y ya. O sea, parece que la familia aquí sí tiene muchas cosas que decir al respecto. Están bastante interesados en que se casen. A ver un poco. No, claro, es que si no haría algo.
These two are dear friends.
You're too kind.
Somos amigos ya, madre mía. Somos
We
amiguitos.
don't wish to impose. We'll just wander around in the general area. Apologies for the interruption while you're busy with preparations. Please, Let us know once Lady Hiragi is available.
Nonsense, Commissioner. No imposition at all. This wedding is a joyful occasion, and all the other clans who serve the Hiragi clan are most delighted for them indeed. We're merely doing the best we can to make this wedding as grand an affair as possible.
When the time comes, we'll invite everyone in the clan and even the general public to attend.
Ay, sí, todo el mundo, ¿no?
That's
Hay que quedar bien con las bodas.
We'll leave you to it.
Take care, Commissioner.
Vaya, joder. ¡Qué convencional!
Hence why I dislike small talk. Our timing was not ideal, but never mind. I spotted a stall on our way over where we can pass the time. The owner always manages to come up with novel ideas. I'm one of his regular customers.
Ah, este va a ser... Este es el de los zumitos, ¿verdad? Este es el de los batiditos, perdón. Es frecuente que vaya a comprar batiditos por aquí. Anda. No sé qué es. No me acuerdo. Sí, es de los batidos. Es el de los... Sí, vinimos con la misión de la Shogun a tomarnos un batidito de no sé de qué era. Era como de tofu, no me acuerdo muy bien de qué era. Era un ingrediente raro. Ya ves.
So you know the owner as well.
Conozco a todo el mundo. Leche de dango, eso. Zumito de dango. Dango.
Ah, I see. So you were involved in that. I'd caught wind of this dango milk, but I didn't know that it had anything to do with you two.
Fue una coincidencia. Todo es siempre coincidencia en este juego por algún motivo.
I always order one of his creative drinks whenever I pass the stall. The flavor is always new and interesting. When I noticed he'd set up shop in Rito, I simply had to come by.
Thanks to you all, my business is finally beginning to take off. More and more people are willing to give my creative cuisine a shot. It gave me the confidence to decide that I'm going to stick to creative cuisine from now on. On the one hand, I wanted more people to be able to try out my culinary creations. On the other hand, I wanted my customers to experience the joy of being creative too. So I gave it a lot of thought and finally came up with an all-new business concept.
A ver, nuevo batidito.
What is it this time?
Condensado de
I
slime.
decided to give complete creative control to the customer. I offer all sorts of ingredients, and they pick and choose whatever they want to mix with their milk or tea. As well as dango, I now offer rice cake, purple potato balls, black sugar, and sunsettia.
Van a insertar aquí el sistema del café, de la cafetería aquella, del evento de café. No me digas, del bartender, eso.
Hard to imagine, but who knows? It could be delicious.
What if I were to choose some ingredients you don't have here? Would that be okay?
Well, I guess so. Any novel ideas you have, Commissioner, please feel free to tell me. I'll go buy the ingredients right away. The whole idea was to let my customers express their creativity freely. So of course, I shouldn't place restrictions on the ingredients if I can help it.
Excellent. There are a few things I'd like to try. Lavender melon,
un par.
seagrass, and sea Ganoderma.
Me encargo yo. Madre mía, que Stoneface.
You wanna mix those with milk?
No me parece nada mal, la verdad.
Why? What's wrong?
Ahora, depende de la cantidad, supongo.
Tasting good?
It's all about the experience. The taste is secondary. It's great to try new things. Traveler, any thoughts?
A ver. Calabanda, algas, hongos marinos. El buen dango, nada de gana. A ver, soy mala persona por querer probar los hongos marinos. Es que tiene pinta que va a ser una bebida como salada y es como interesante, supongo. La calabanda es lo único que sería como dulce. Es como muy típico al mismo tiempo. Hongos marinos, venga. ¿Qué pasa?
So this is peer pressure, huh? Well, all right then. Bring it on. Paimon can take it.
3
Venga.
minutes sea Ganoderma, please.
No problem. Give me a second. I'll have them ready in just a moment.
Ah, que sí que tiene. Sí que tiene. Sí que tiene hongos marinos, vale. No han insertado el sistema. Me pensaba que lo iban a meter para que lo hiciésemos nosotros. Leche de hongo marino. Ok.
Somehow Paimon got it down eventually, but Paimon feels lightheaded.
I think it's all right. It has quite a fascinating texture.
The review seemed pretty positive, but Paimon still thinks there are better combinations.
A ver, siempre puede haber mejores combinaciones.
Yes.
Obviously, tasty food and drinks are some of life's most important pursuits.
No me parece bien. Yo, por ejemplo, no me como las pipas por el sabor de la pipa. Me como las pipas porque tienen, pues, hay que masticarla, hacer un clic para abrirla y tal. Es la parte divertida de las pipas. No tiene nada que ver con el sabor de la pipa.
Well said.
Me apetecen pipa.
If I could say the same was true for me, I believe I'd be a very content man.
Pues muy mal. ¿Tantas preocupaciones tienes? No sé cuánto tiempo habrá pasado, pero me imagino que ya podemos ir a hablar con la otra.
Yes. No one has unlimited energy, and I try to conserve mine for the things that really count. To create some mental breathing room, I try not to overthink the less critical matters. Having my sister attend public events in my stead and having Toma as housekeeper has also been a great help and allowed me to focus.
Sí, dejar que el resto haga tu trabajo.
There, though, right? Is there anything else to think about than what we're doing right now?
One or two things. Let's continue this discussion somewhere else.
Se lo está tomando más en serio esto, parece.
I noticed something before we left the Hiragi clan's residence. No, it was just a small detail. I was curious to know their thoughts on the wedding, so I asked them about it. Naturally, they responded that all other clans are happy for the Hiragi clan. But that's not the truth.
What do you mean?
Hiragi Shinsuke is still in prison, meaning the Kanjo Commission is the least stable in the Tri-Commission. Hiragi Chisato is the sole remaining pillar of her clan, but now she plans to marry into the Kujo clan. If I belonged to one of the assisting clans to the Hiragis, I would not be feeling optimistic about the future. But they didn't mention a word about that. They simply said they were delighted for them. These are not unintelligent people. I highly doubt it is because they simply do not realize.
Es un poco extraño. A ver, ya estaban haciendo bastantes especulaciones sobre quién invitar y demás, así que supongo que se veía venir, no sé. Es un poco
I
extraño.
imagine they didn't want to discuss family issues in front of outsiders. But still, the more I think back over that conversation, the more it doesn't sit right. Keep a close eye on them, Hisashi.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Where did you come from?
This is one of my most trusted members of the Shumatsuban. He's been quietly watching out for us this whole time.
joder, qué
My
creepy.
duty, sir.
Keep a close watch on the clan representatives we met today.
Well received. I'm on the case.
Oh, and I almost forgot. That milk I just had? Please order one more and deliver it to Toma.
Joder, pobre
Yes,
Toma.
sir.
No, a ver si le gusta. Está pensando en él, a ver si también le gusta su...
Toma.
Buena suerte, Toma. Sí, buena suerte.
Sir Kamisato,
No sé de qué estamos hablando, porque yo he
Lady
elegido
Hiragi's
también.
previous engagement is now concluded. She's waiting for you in the courtyard.
Thank you kindly. Let's go and see Hiragi Chisato.
Bueno, anda para un batidito, ¿no? Por lo menos, así que no debe haber sido tampoco tanto tiempo. Tiene que estar bastante hasta las pelotas la Hiragi ya. Perdón, Chisato. No sé cómo hay que llamarla, por su primer nombre o por el segundo. Uy. Ahí está. Aquí es donde me dijo que cogiese la carta.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Que lagazo. Que lagazo. No, no sé si me está lagueando a mí o a la vida.
I heard that Sir Kamisato had
A la
been
vida estaba
guests,
lagueando.
but I didn't know it was you two.
It's been a while, Lady Hiragi.
Perdón, el automático.
How have you been faring?
This is a rare privilege, Sir Kamisato. It is not often that I have the chance to meet you, let alone here in the comfort of my own home.
Se le ve contenta después de toda esta
Indeed, thank you.
cosa.
You must be so busy. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and congratulate Kamaji and I. It really means a lot.
But of course, the Tri-Commission are the servants of the Shogun, and we should look out for one another. In fact, we visited Sir Kujo just now. It's clear that he's very much looking forward to the wedding. Perhaps his joy is infectious, for I am now feeling rather elated myself. I sincerely wish you
Qué
a
falso lo
joyful
dice.
wedding and a blissful marriage.
Esto es una habla política.
Thank you for your kind words. This was not an easy decision to make. We will both have to work harder from now on. I'm sure the news will cause something of a stir. But come what may, we will stand as one and face whatever the future throws at us, together.
Sounds like things are pretty tough for you, Chisato.
Yes. To be honest, I'm still a little nervous about it all.
Vale, ahora sí está hablando de verdad.
His promises have comforted me a lot.
It sounds like you have some
Promesa,
considerable
bueno.
reservations, Lady Hiragi.
Yes. Well, there are so many things I need to consider.
Como tu padre en la cárcel.
Wondering, I was not actually entertaining VIPs just now. I was in fact meeting with one of the Kanjo Commission's officers, Shinojo.
Oh, really? Him?
¿Eh? ¿Por qué? Nos ha mentido el otro.
In all of a sudden and said that he had something very important to tell me. He didn't mince his words. Basically, he doesn't want me to marry Kamachi.
Parece que le afectó mucho. Pues sí, no me esperaba esto. Antes estaba diciendo no sé qué tontería de que él está contento si la otra es feliz o no sé qué, y ahora se pone a intentar destruir la boda. Madre mía, qué mala onda, ¿no? Parece que le afectó mucho. O se ha enterado de algo o no podía más.
He thinks that now is a bad time for this wedding to happen. He pointed out that I am like the final pillar propping up my clan. If I marry into the Kujo clan, that pillar is taken away. There will no longer be a voice of authority in the Hiragi clan. And
sí, que le va a quitar la autoridad, ¿no?
a disastrous move for my personal image too.
It's just two families becoming one big family though, right? What's the big deal?
Traditionally, in Inazuma, clan affiliation influences every facet of life. After the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo clan. The Kanjo Commission's attitude toward you may undergo some significant changes thereafter.
Precisely. This is a terrible thing to be saying, but I'm starting to have second thoughts. Maybe I went along with it all too easily.
Igual deberías hablar esto con el novio, no con nosotros. No, está bien, pero aún así deberías hablarlo con el otro, no con nosotros.
Now that I've heard your concerns, I should offer to help you as best I can. For instance, by helping you gather your thoughts on the matter. Now, we heard from Sir Kujo that his decision to tie the knot was prompted by a letter he received from you.
Sí, bueno, eso ya sabemos que no.
I also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo thought that perhaps you were just being coy. Oh, dear. Perhaps I should have kept that part to myself.
What?
Sí.
But that was... It was just a prop in his playful proposal, wasn't it? It was clearly purpose designed, what with all the fancy lettering and so on.
Fancy lettering, you say? So I am to understand that had it not been for this letter, you two may not have chosen this moment to be wed?
Ahí. Vale, cada uno recibió una carta diferente.
Yes, I think so. Oh, do you mean to say that this letter is not what I thought it to be?
Sir Kujo maintains that the letter was penned by your hand.
Huh? But then... How did...
Que os han hecho una encerrona.
It's wonderful to see how much you both trust one another. In that sense, you could say that the origin of the letter is ultimately not of great importance.
No, es de bastante importancia.
Perhaps Sir Kujo was the one being coy. After all, He had no particular reason to be forthcoming with us about the details of his playful proposal.
No cuela. Este señor habla de una forma muy determinada para que suene todo como le interesa.
Ultimately, the origin of the letter doesn't matter. But my position does matter. Kamaji and I thought that we needn't worry about
El otro también
any
piensa que es
letter
precipitado por la situación y
fix
tal.
it all together. But now, I think I should give it some more thought.
Vale, pero que deberías hablarlo con el otro.
Don't let yourself regret it. It is also part of the Yashiro Commission's job to help people through difficult times. I say this as an advocate for you personally, and for the Hiragi clan. Please, do not be compelled by circumstances to make any decision that goes against your will. To be together with the one you love is a sacred thing. It is my earnest wish that both of you may enjoy a bright and beautiful future, not a bittersweet one.
I'll take to heart every word you have said to me. I can't thank you enough, Sir Kamisato. I'll think very carefully about your advice.
All that matters
Vale.
is that you follow your heart. Since you'll be needing some time to think things over, we will excuse ourselves now.
Oh,
Sí.
wait.
Ya le hemos hecho dudar sobre la boda.
Thank you, Lady Hiragi, but there will be no need. Traveler, let's find somewhere to talk.
Vale, a ver, me vas a contar ahora cuál es tu plan, ¿verdad? Cuéntame. Usa palabras muy específicas precisamente para guiar la conversación por donde quiere. Es bastante similar a lo que hace Toma. Solo que Toma lo hace bastante más directo, o sea, y amenaza. O sea, no sé. Pero sí, parece que alguno aprendió del otro. No sé muy bien quién del otro, pero eso. A ver. Nos hemos ido bastante lejos para hablar, ¿no? Hola.
Hiragi Chisato is on a totally different page than Kujo Kamaji.
Sí.
Ayato, why did you give her such vague suggestions? Couldn't you just have told her what you'd do in her position? Because Paimon's pretty sure you have an idea.
I've said everything I can, given the Yashiro Commission's stance. Interfering too much with other commissions' domestic issues will only create trouble. The more I think about it, the stranger this all seems. But Hiragi Chisato has yet to see it. We must be vigilant.
Strange? In what way?
¿Cómo
Someone
que
wants Hiragi Chisato to be married as soon as possible.
sabemos esto desde el inicio?
It is someone from within the Kanjo Commission. This person is presumably also responsible for the mysterious and misleading letter. Think about this. A lowly officer is greatly worried about Hiragi Chisato's future, while the heads of the supporting clans ostensibly have no concern at all. It doesn't add up. When
Sí,
someone's
porque
word
son
and
ellos los
actions
que
do not
ya han
match,
preparado
you
esto.
need to infer their intentions from their behavior.
Alguien quiere usurpar la posición de Chisato.
Yes. It's a smart strategy. Far superior to the one adopted by the Tenryou Commission's Takatsukasa clan. Even had the forged letter failed and been seen for what it was, there would have been no repercussions. They could simply have explained it away as a misguided but well-meaning matchmaking attempt by a member of the family. But if the letter were to achieve its goal, as it has so far, the perpetrator would successfully weaken the Hiragi clan without ever having to lift a finger against them, all under the guise of simply encouraging a wedding. With Hiragi Chisato having married into the Kujo clan and the head of the Hiragi clan in prison, challenges to the Hiragi clan's leadership would begin to emerge throughout the ranks of the Kanjo Commission.
Tiene sentido, pero no tengo ninguna prueba.
Another clan would
Sí.
take the Hiragi clan's place.
A ver, la cosa es que lo que sería más normal es que el clan del hombre este, del señor, asuma la posición de los dos, ¿no? No que lo haga alguien de la comisión Kanjo. Es una teoría razonable.
Actually, we have evidence. His name is Shinojo.
Shinojo?
He should be back by now.
Yes, sir.
Claro, está con los ninjas.
That's the second time you've done that.
Sí, ya te debía haber acostumbrado.
Did they take one of the Kanjo Commission officers away?
Yes, his name is Shinojo.
As I expected. They cannot afford to let this opportunity pass them by. They have to act now while the Hiragi clan is at its weakest. Hiragi Chisato had been persuaded by Kujo Kamaji, and the wedding was sure to go ahead.
Pues entonces es
Chisato's meeting with Shinojo.
el padre del hombre este, del marido.
Officer Shinojo has interfered with their plan.
Padre, bueno, quien sea. Superior.
Someone was eavesdropping on our conversation with Chisato the entire time. That's why I was a
Vale,
little
por eso me di sus palabras. Vale. Es que se notaba demasiado, era demasiado obvio.
Lucky Paimon didn't say anything stupid. Sato got what you meant about the letter, though, right?
I think so. But whoever is behind this will not allow their plan to fail now. They will not be inclined to respect Hiragi Chisato's own wishes. Her stance was so passive that she was easily manipulated, treated like a pawn, with even her marriage becoming a battleground for political power play. Despite all of this, she still believed that a happy future was awaiting her. When she
A ver,
formally marries into
sí,
the
quería
Kami
casarse en general,
she
solo que es
removes
por
her
el tiempo.
title as daughter of the Hiragi clan, her position in the Kanjo Commission, and above all, her independence.
Marriage is such a trap.
El matrimonio es una trampa. Joder, Paimo. No podemos permitir que se salgan con la suya. Hay que detenerla.
Done. The perpetrators are manipulating everything from the shadows, letting unsuspecting pawns do their work. This is what makes their approach so smart. We, meanwhile, are out in the open. If we attempt to stop this wedding from happening, we will become the villains of the story and face immense public backlash.
So what are we gonna do?
Vamos a morir públicamente. ¡Oh, no!
Perpetrators
Me van a
must
dar
maintain
dislike.
control over the situation. Their only option is to come out from the shadows and bare their fangs. I will wait for that moment to arrive. But first things first, we must go and rescue Shinojo. He has done nothing wrong and does not deserve to be punished. Tell me where Shinojo is. We'll head off right now.
Venga, hay que salvarle. He visto, me he spoileado un poco de una de las escenas de esto y sé que vamos a ver a Sayu. La he visto en una escena, creo que es de esta misión, ¿vale? Por simplemente cómo se está presentando esto, que nos han presentado ya a los Ócelos, ¿vale? Así que creo que va a salir Sayu en esta misión. A ver, quizás de pasada, ¿no? Rollo de en una cinemática nada más podría ser, pero no sé. O sea, si ponen a Sayu, lo normal es que la pongan, ¿no? Así en general, como que más interesante. Rescata si no yo. Vale, voy a... Quiero llevar healer, pero al mismo tiempo es que el equipo que llevo ahora mismo va muy bien. Y me gustaría probar... Me lo van a dejar seguramente. Me van a dejar probarlo, no tiene otra. Madre mía. 4.
It's the Yashiro Commissioner.
¡Oh, no!
Well, we take orders from our master. No one else.
¿Estás seguro que quieres hacer esto? ¿Estás seguro? ¿Estás seguro? Seguro.
Really? Then please, excuse me.
No le va a salir bien esto, a esta gente. Vale, me ponen unos random. Madre mía. Madre mía. Vale, tengo entendido que funciona muy bien con la Shogun, ¿vale? La está probando antes que tiré por él. Este es el bueno, ¿no? El oficial. Pero este está mucho mejor que el que tengo yo. Vamos a mirar qué tiene, ¿vale? Solo por curiosidad. No, mucho ataque. Muchísima probabilidad de crítico, cojones. 90% de probabilidad de crítico. No me pasa. A ver, artefactos. Lleva set de ulti. Lleva set de ulti. Vale. No sé si llevará constelaciones también. Un momento. 3 constelaciones, vale, por encima. Subida máxima aumenta en un 50%. Cuando tiene menos de 3 acumulaciones de este efecto. Subida máxima, ¿de qué sirve que afecte? O sea, de que aumente. Si hay que curársela, ¿no? Aumenta el daño enemigos con poca vida, básicamente. Vale. Ah, tiene como un autoataque también con la E. Bueno, vamos a tirar. Vale. Este es el permafrost de verdad. No he tenido que hacer nada tampoco, pero bueno.
Blast. Let's go.
Se queda la ulti de gancho puesto. Venga, vamos.
Report to Master right away.
Hey, get back here!
No need to follow them.
Paimon iba a traer a ellos sin haber hecho nada. Vale.
We need bait to catch the fish anyway. Leave them be. I think I saw a key fall to the ground during the fight. Let's free Shinojo first.
A ver, si no, pueden perfectamente romper la jaula. ¿Visto lo que hacía con los espadazos estos de agua?
But in all the chaos, it must have been kicked to one side. Where did it end up?
Me la cargo.
What the? It's a tanuki? Oh, don't tell Paimon that the tanuki took it.
Oye, ¿qué te pasa con los tanuki, Paimon? Que te reviento,
Let's follow it and see.
A los tanuki no le dicen nada, son muy monos. Solo quieren jugar un rato, no sé. No me pasa a mí también, por eso. El objetivo está en el área. Hola. Aquí. Caja. Ah, te he visto. ¿Y ya está? Ah. ¿Veis? Es que solo quería jugar un ratico. Ah, mariposa. ¡Farfala! A ver. Podía hablar con él directamente de dentro. Hola, buenas. Joder. Pobrecillo. O sea, con mantenerlo hasta que se case no iba a dar igual, ¿no? Solo podían mantenerlo vivo, digo yo, no pasa nada.
You have to listen to me. Lady Chisato's wedding. It's all part of a scheme. Someone's trying to use the wedding for their own ends.
Oh, wow, no me lo esperaba. Definitivamente no habíamos deducido esto desde los 5 primeros minutos de la misión. Uf, menos mal. Qué plot twist. Lo sabemos. Por eso estamos
Our
aquí.
suspicions were roused to this possibility, and so far, everything is unfolding rather as we expected. Those
Sí.
behind this plan are not going to give up easily. Their next move is imminent. We must devise sufficient countermeasures.
Venga, vamos a quitar un complot de en medio.
This
Hombre, claro,
situation
se
has
aburre.
consequences for the whole Tri-Commission, and the stability of all Inazuma is at stake. My hitherto neutral stance ends now. The almighty
Era
Shogun
neutral
has
hasta
always
ahora.
despised these pathetic power games. As a commissioner, I am a servant of the Shogun, and it is therefore my duty to handle these tiresome matters on her behalf.
That's true.
Shinojo, don't return to your post yet. Find somewhere safe and stay hidden. Traveler.
Probablemente con Yoimiya.
Let's get out.
Yoimiya es la que se encarga de ocultar a todos los criminales estos. Criminales. A ver, es una forma de ponerlo, vale.
Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commissioner.
¿Qué hace
I hear
usted
you
aquí?
showed up here with no explanation and attacked my men. You wouldn't happen to be carrying out some sort of secret mission, now would you?
No, pues ya sabemos quién es el del
That
complot.
someone was taking the law into their own hands. As a responsible official of Inazuma, I could not in good conscience stand idly by. Shinojo may be your retainer, but the law does not grant you the right to abuse him.
Abuse? Nonsense. I was just teaching him a lesson. Out of nowhere, a low-ranking officer decides to barge in on Lady Hiragi and start spouting out the most absurd and insulting nonsense one can imagine. A truly egregious loss of decorum.
Si un sirviente insignificante es capaz de hacerla parar la boda de alguna forma, ¿vale? De la que sea, significa que o no es tan insignificante como estás poniendo, o que la boda en su primer momento no debería estar hecha, ¿vale? Pero bueno,
I dare say,
supongo.
the poor lady was terrified.
Sí, aterrorizadísimo.
You're saying that you know absolutely nothing of the reasons for his actions. Because otherwise, why would you describe it as out of nowhere?
Two people from two different clans are getting married. That's all there is to it. And yet this young gentleman took it upon himself to fabricate a nonsensical disaster story around it. How should I know what he was thinking?
Se están aprovechando del hecho de que al chaval le gusta la Hinaki, pero es que al mismo tiempo estás contento porque se case. O sea, no va a conseguir nada por el simple hecho de parar una boda. Pero
Even
bueno.
if she marries into the Kujo clan, Lady Hiragi will always be the daughter of the Hiragi clan and the most distinguished member of the Konjo Commission. We are, and always will be, her loyal assistants. It's our duty to see that she never has to worry about anything. Loyalty and duty are our guiding principles.
No tener que ocuparse de nada significa también que no tiene libertad de preocuparse por nada, ¿no?
How could one do such a thing? We put it down to a rare moment of impulsivity. I have to say, I'm surprised to see one of such noble standing as yourself rushing to his defense.
Están aprovechando ahora también para echarle mierda. Están aprovechando ahora para que cambie la visión pública del señor este de ¿cómo se llama? De Ayato. Es un patán, es difícil contradecirlo, pero es un patán, sí.
I'm suddenly reminded of an anecdote I'd like to share with you. There's not been a dull moment since I took up my post in the Yashiro Commission. Every day I've been exposed to new and fascinating things. For instance, a merchant from abroad once told me about a curious kind of bird with the most extraordinarily long tongue.
El carpintero, ¿no?
In fact, that you can tie 2 knots in the portion of it that extends out of its beak.
Joder, qué cruel hacer eso.
Erudite as yourself could be able to guess what people do with these unusual avians.
Keep them as pets.
You'd think, wouldn't you? But there's a catch. You see, this bird is of no use to humans whatsoever, and certainly doesn't make a suitable pet. If you catch one, the best thing you can do is actually cut its tongue off and throw it out of the window.
Joder, bro.
The longest tongue has the most to say, but don't be deceived as it chirps away, lest the song it sings lead you astray.
¿Qué forma más elegante de amenazar a alguien?
Yashiro Commissioner, are you here simply to mock the Konjo Commission?
Far from it. In my mind, the Konjo Commission is made up of honorable individuals, upright and forthright, conscientious and loyal. It is unbecoming of such people to resort to lies, deception, and filibustering, all as part of a plan to remove Lady Hiragi from her position in the Konjo Commission.
Ha puesto las cartas sobre la mesa, mira tú bien. Cartas sobre la mesa, sobre el cerebro.
The evidence is standing right in front of me, is it not? I have a credible witness who can confirm you were quick to try and make him disappear as soon as he said something that you did not like. Ugh, dear me. I can't believe the Grand Matsura clan is now represented by someone with less of a sense of loyalty than even an ordinary servant.
Supongo que los del Matsura son una rama de los de Hiragi.
Only to make it to where you are now just to play these petty power games behind the scenes. I'm not sure whether it's because you're smart enough to play the system, or too foolish to know any better. In your years of service to the Shogun, not only have you managed to glean nothing good from the people around you, you have also let yourself be blinded by self-interest. And now you have ruined your once bright future. I'm not angry, Mr. Matsura. I just feel sorry for you.
Is that right? Then tell me, if you're so bright, what exactly do you think you can do to me?
Tiene autoridad para hacer literalmente cualquier cosa. Los Kamisato están justo debajo de la Shogun.
If you seek to involve yourself in other clans' affairs, might I be so bold then as to question your motives in doing so? I think you are simply opposed to an alliance between the Konjo Commission and Tenryo Commission. Because the new balance of power in the Tri-Commission would be a threat to you personally. So you come here with an elaborate excuse to try and break up this marriage.
Elaborada.
So, that's how you view it. Well, I have to admit, you clearly are far more talented than I at monitoring the power balance within the Tri-Commission.
Let me be crystal clear. This wedding is going to happen, and nothing is going to change that. The notices have already been sent out. All of Inazuma City knows about it now. Most of the public weren't aware that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato were courting. But you can bet it's all anybody's talking about now. Once the
¿Se puede
notices go
retrasar?
out, that's it. The wedding is a sure thing, even if it hasn't happened just yet.
I see. It seems like I was wrong.
So suddenly we see eye to eye.
I had
Creo que te estás
expected
confundiendo de
you
por
to
qué.
be smarter than most. But it seems that I was gravely mistaken.
Literalmente acaba de admitir lo que está diciendo.
How dare you!
You've made your move. Now, I suppose it's time I made mine.
What do you mean?
Do you seriously think this marriage will bring the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission together? Isn't it at all possible that the Kanjo Commission becomes marginalized as a consequence of this union?
Ni lo ha pensado.
Goodness me. Well, I've learned a great deal from talking to you. That will be all for now.
Lo que acaba de hacer es intentar plantar una semilla de duda en el tonto este, ¿no? Básicamente. Después de que ya haya admitido lo que va a hacer.
They had their
A
scheme,
ver.
but fortunately I was prepared. As I said, they ended up coming out from the shadows and revealing themselves.
Sí, lo han admitido
Let's
todo.
see how
Así que
things are
tampoco.
in Inazuma City. Then I'll take you through the details of my plan.
Vale. Inazuma. Inazuma. Por aquí. La mentira detrás de la verdad. A ver. Uy. Me pega un lagacito de vez en cuando, pero no sé si se ve en el vídeo. Bueno.
Look at this. The daughter of the Kanjo Commission's Hiragi clan and the master of the Tenryou Commission's Kujo clan are getting married.
Sounds like an all-around perfect match, don't you think?
Sí, demasiado perfecta.
For sure. I'm just surprised. It seems very sudden. I hadn't heard a single word about it until now.
Good luck to them, I say. I'm sure it must have been a hard decision.
Qué comprensiva la gente. A ver, que la gente esté enterada de ello tampoco significa que estén de acuerdo o lo que sea, no sé.
Too early to make that conclusion. Our adversary wants to push this marriage past the point of no return. However, we can still beat them at their own game. But only if Kujo Kamaji is willing to help us.
Vale, vamos a contarle ahora de qué va el tema, ¿no? Igual cancela la boda directamente o lo que sea.
Welcome. I just heard that the news of my wedding has been officially announced. It seems so sudden. I wasn't ready yet.
Los de la otra familia igual están un poco más preocupados por la boda que tú.
I see. So someone's trying to take advantage of our marriage.
If you proceed with the wedding, the repercussions for you are likely to be minimal. But we must take Lady Hiragi's situation into consideration.
I've previously considered this possibility. But in the end, we're getting married for true love. And I've promised her that I'll do everything in my power to protect her.
I understand where you're coming from, but to be frank, she should not need your protection. Or, to put it another way, you have tacitly admitted that Lady Hiragi will need your help to get through the hard times ahead, which perhaps suggests that, deep down, you realize all she stands to lose. I don't mean to criticize you. It is natural to want to protect our loved ones.
Sí.
You're an intelligent and gentle person, and I'm sure you would have been able to think about this more objectively were you not so emotionally involved in the situation. I'm sure you admire Lady Hiragi for being the independent, gentle, resilient, and strong-willed person she is. For the sake of marrying you, this wonderful woman will become someone who has to depend on you for the rest of her life. Are you really okay with that?
Venga, que cancele la boda, te está diciendo básicamente.
Would do anything to make her happy. That's why I cannot abide to see her suffer or be manipulated by other people. Yashiro, Commissioner, you're right. It was naive and selfish of me to take things this far.
Qué rápido giro de 360, ¿no? Vale.
It's too late now, isn't it? There are notices everywhere.
¿Qué más da? Se retrasa porque, yo qué sé, la novia se ha hecho un E15, lo que sea. ¿Qué pasa, no?
You and I must both play the role of antagonists. But it is not without its risks. Are you willing to help?
If there's a way to salvage this, then let's hear it.
I've told the people at the Kanjo Commission that the marriage isn't going to unify the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission. On the contrary, it's a terrible idea that will marginalize the Kanjo Commission. The context for this is that they are planning to use this marriage to bring down the Hiragi clan. And the key to their success is coming up against no resistance to the marriage from the Tenryou Commission. But what if we were to imagine for a moment that since the affairs of the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou Commission has been planning to make a move against the weakened Kanjo Commission? The only reason you have been hesitant to act since taking over the Tenryou Commission is because you care about Lady Hiragi's feelings. And so, your plan is to liaise with the Yashiro Commission to marry her and bring her out.
Quiere montar la historia.
Once that is achieved, as the person in charge of the Tenryou Commission, you no longer have any reason to hesitate.
I see. This is an ingenious plan. It takes advantage of the situation perfectly.
Bueno, pero eso solo va a hacer que los otros quieran pararlo, no que la situación cambie. Eso no va a cambiar la situación. Sigue estando en... Bueno, tienen que parar la boda. Alguien va a quedar como malo en esta situación, pero bueno. Esto hará que Hiragi Chisato parezca imprescindible. Sí, bueno, y que no la quiten de en medio, porque es la que une todo. Pero aún así van a casarse, que es el problema principal. La van a seguir usando.
By doing so, we can even strengthen her position in the Kanjo Commission. Once our adversaries realize how the network of connections behind the scenes really looks, they'll do their utmost to stop this wedding from happening. Then,
vale, ¿y cómo lo van a conseguir?
them to clear up the mess they've created.
Got it.
So the network of connections? This is all way too complicated for Paimon. Can you just tell
Principalmente se hace complicado por los nombres que tienen los clanes. Que es que no me entero, porque están en japonés. Y suenan todos iguales, sinceramente. ¿Eso es racista? No sé si es racista, creo que es racista.
No doubt he'll be on the lookout for the first sign of a crisis. In that case, he will almost certainly have placed informants throughout Inazuma City. What we need to do is to use these informants as a breeding ground for our fake intel. Sir Kujo, there are certain things that I need you to attend to personally.
A ver, que enrevesado todo, por cierto.
My ninja has located one of the informants.
Mi ninja.
Let's go and see
Mi ninja. Mi ninja. Tiene un ninja él. Vale. Ah, quiero ver la escena de la que he hablado. Por cierto, creo que voy a tener que reposicionar mi opinión sobre lo de que las pipas me gusta más comerlas por comerme esa cosa, por masticar la cáscara y tal, abrirla. Porque están bastante buenas así sin más, sobre todo cuando están más de una.
That person is one of Matsura's informants. Let's follow him. Be careful not to get seen.
Oh, otra vez misión de sigilo. Venga. No sé cuál es. Ah, sí, es esa de ahí, vale. Sneaky. Sneaky.
Sir Kujo Kamaji just came past here with a huge group of people.
Could it be related to the wedding announcement?
Maybe, but from the look on his face, it seems like something much more serious. He and his men seem pretty intense at the moment. Isn't it all a bit excessive for a wedding?
No sé quién está diciendo eso. Es que ya se me ha olvidado el nombre que tiene el tonto este. Corre. A voltereta, voltereta. Aquí no se anda. Aquí voltereta. Me escondo detrás de este hombre. Seguro que aquí no me ve.
The Tenryo Commission has sent a load of people to Rito. I guess it must have something to do with the wedding.
Es ese de ahí el que está diciendo ahora.
There must have been about 100 people so far.
That doesn't sound good. What could be going on? I hope it's just Sir Kujo Kamaji being overcautious.
Vale. Todos estos los ha plantado... Los ha plantado el coleguilla, ¿no?
The news is spreading fast, but it appears Master's fears may be well placed. There's no way they sent this many people just to escort the bride. I have to investigate.
A ver, venga.
As expected. Let's follow him.
No está aumentando para nada el... Lo de visión.
It's like the whole Tenryo Commission is here.
Excuse me, has something happened on this road? I'm a businessman passing through, and it's a little disconcerting to see this place so heavily guarded.
Ah, please don't be alarmed. As I'm sure you've heard, the wedding of Sir Kujo Kamaji and Lady Hiragi Chisato will take place any day now. Sir Kujo decided to send for Lady Hiragi ahead of time and have her live in Inazuma City during the run-up to the wedding.
I see.
We're here to clear the way for Lady Hiragi. Not just us either. You'll see more Tenryo Commission members as you go further along. We're all here for the same duty.
Isn't this a little excessive?
Sir Kujo holds Lady Hiragi in the highest regard and wants to treat her with the utmost respect from beginning to end.
I understand. Sorry to disturb your work.
Supongo que la idea es contarle lo que todo el mundo dice para que parezca que es mentira, ¿no? Que es un complot también.
Drat. It's exactly as Master feared.
Sí, así es. Ahí está.
They say they're here to guard the road, but really they're poised to attack if Master doesn't allow Lady Hiragi to leave Rito. Wait, no. If Lady Hiragi does leave, they'll have all the more reason to strike. But we're in no state to defend against a Tenryo Commission attack. I must tell Master right away.
Venga, parece que ha funcionado. Qué bien. Qué útil. Ya se dio cuenta de la gravedad del asunto.
The seeds have been sown. In this atmosphere, mounting suspicion will nurture fear among the Kangjo Commission. Now, we wait patiently for it to grow and ferment. The calm before the storm is always the part that unsettles people the most.
Me sorprende que no hayan considerado la cantidad de influencia que pueda tener el señor este.
If you're curious to find out, you can visit the Hiragi clan in Rito in a couple of days. I have some other business to attend to, so I won't be spending any more time on this situation. In any case, we've made our move. It's only a matter of time before they give up and surrender.
¿Cómo estás tan seguro? Vamos a esperar 3 días para que ocurra algo solo.
Well then, goodbye for now. I truly hope that things will work out in Hiragi Chisato's best interests.
He left kind of abruptly. Are things really gonna turn out like he predicted?
También me preocupa Chisato, sí. A ver, es la que más víctima hay aquí. 2 días, vale. Bueno, sí, ahora han puesto que en el... Bueno, lo pusieron en la versión anterior, en verdad. Que estos se puedan pasar directamente 2 días. Ahí está. Está bien. A ver qué tal. Espera 2 días. ¡Ah! Como he esperado ahora, tengo que esperar de nuevo. Vale, no ahora. Ve a Rito. Es que le he dado antes de que me aparezca la notificación y me ha salido las 2 automáticamente. Ahí está Rito. Aquí está Rito. Ahí el TP. No me acordaba que había un TP de transporte ahí, la verdad. Habla con los habitantes. A ver qué se les ha ocurrido para parar la boda. De pronto ya no se casan. Era el mismo día de ayer cuando se iban a casar. Llevan días. Igual es que no es para eso.
I heard that the Kanjo Commission suddenly said they don't want Lady Hiragi to leave. To be honest, I'd be hesitant if I were her. A crowd this size comes to Rito? Who knows what they could be planning?
No sé si está enterada de la situación, rollo, del complot y tal, porque me imagino que no se lo han podido contar en ningún momento. No hemos ido a hablar con ella.
Right. Sorry. How did things get to this point?
Llevan 2 días ahí esperando. Porcillos, ¿no?
Hello. How may I help?
¿Qué estáis haciendo?
We arrived here 2 days ago to escort Lady Hiragi to Inazuma City. Sir Kujo Kamaji gave us very strict orders, so we have to obey. But every time we attempt to receive the bride, the Hiragi clan always finds an excuse to delay things.
Excusas.
Since we haven't fulfilled our duties yet, we decided to stay in Rito until Lady Hiragi is ready to come with us.
Todo el mundo sospecha que algo va mal.
It was not our intention to stay here so long.
No, ya me imagino, no querían.
We promise our presence here will not impact ordinary people's lives. We can only hope that the leaders of the Hiragi clan will start to cooperate soon.
Ay, qué guay, me está tratando como un ciudadano normal y corriente.
Stalemate continues. Who knows? Sir Kujo might give us orders to be less accommodating.
O sea que igual sí están sugiriendo que podrían atacar, ¿no? Vale. Vale, falta uno. Sí que está funcionando, parece, el plan del Ayato.
I have no idea. We're stuck in limbo here. Master's been very on edge these past few days. He gets irate over the smallest things and is suspicious of everything. He's been
Me regaña todo el tiempo.
I understand that he's anxious, but I mean, what can we do? I've told him before, never cross the Yashiro Commissioner.
Vale. O sea, ya sabe que es por el comisionado. O sea, por Ayato.
With him, you just know that whatever he's doing, a lot of preparation has gone into it.
Lo peor es que no había mucha preparación. Me ha salido un poco como podía. Según iba viendo, le decía a su ninja: oye, ve para allá, oye, ve para acá.
If Lady Hiragi is really taken away, then what will the Tenryou Commission do? And what will the Yashiro Commission do?
Maybe we should tell Master to discuss things with Lady Hiragi.
Ay, me sorprende que no lo haya intentado hacer ya. Bueno, al menos ahora ella es el centro de atención. Sí, esa es la cosa, es que ella no está enterada de absolutamente nada de lo que está pasando. Creo. Y no podemos hablarlo aquí, porque es un secreto. Sí, no tiene ni idea. Espera, puede que no esté espiando, sí. Te aseguras de que no hay espías.
They keep having secretive discussions and won't allow me to have any direct contact with the Tenryou Commission. I never would have thought that this was Sir Kamisato's plan. Now it all makes sense.
Después de nuestro último encuentro ya sabes lo que quieres hacer.
Sorry, I haven't.
No.
Maybe there's no right or wrong decision. Maybe everything would be easier if I simply didn't have the choice.
Eso no es algo bueno.
I used to tell myself things like this to avoid having to think about it. But once I saw the notices appearing out of nowhere on the streets, signaling that the wedding was confirmed, I didn't feel reassured at all. Instead, I felt a great sense of regret.
Normal.
I keep thinking back to what Sir Kamisato said. This is supposed to be my bright and beautiful future. But what if it's not?
No puede ser impulsiva con las cosas importantes, a él también le preocupa. Impulsiva.
I accept that if someone was trying to take advantage of my marriage, I should absolutely refuse to go through with it. But that's not the answer I'm looking for. And also, now that things have escalated to this point,
Ya, es lo que estaba diciendo. Es precisamente lo que había dicho antes. Es que no veo que solucione nada esto.
You scared me for a second. I thought you'd gone missing. You. Wait, you're the ones who were with the Yashiro Commissioner that day. What do you think you're doing here? Are you trying to convince Lady Hiragi to leave?
Ahora de pronto si quieres que se case. O sea, no quieres que se case.
Friends? Are you sure? Just friends? Lady
Solo
Hiragi,
amigos.
I
Oye.
told you already. These are exceptional circumstances. You need to be more vigilant in everything you do. You are extremely important to us and to the entire Concho Commission.
Oh, es muy importante para ellos. Mira tú cómo cambia la cosa.
They don't have a hidden agenda.
LOL. Ay, eres menos respetuoso que la última vez que nos vimos.
You've been very highly strung lately, seeing everything as a threat.
A ver, ni siquiera vas a obedecer las órdenes de la señorita Hiragi.
Listen to me. I know all the ins and outs of everything that's happened so far. His arrival might well be your very last chance to fix this. The present state of affairs in Rito shows me that the situation has escalated well past the point where you could hope to control it. If this deadlock continues any longer, we will have nothing to gain and much to lose. This is not an order. All I need you to do is give me an explanation and take responsibility for the situation.
Understood, my lady. I shall discuss with the others right away.
Ay. Vale, por lo menos ha puesto las cartas sobre la mesa la chavala.
Good job, Chisato. You handled that well.
I was so nervous. But I thought things are now so critical that I should at least give it a try. And it worked remarkably well.
Ese es el poder de la palabra. Es lo que usan ellos.
Let's wait and see what happens. I hope they provide a satisfactory response.
Tras un momento regresa con la cara larga.
And reflected on our mistakes. In all honesty, no one can handle the weight of the situation here. Everyone is besides themselves with worry. It'll drive us mad if it continues any longer. I'm so sorry. My actions were radical and duplicitous. I was selfish and ignored the greater good. And then I left the situation to fester. Would you...
Parece que todo lo que dice es mentira.
For my lady's sake, please give the Conjo Commission another chance.
A ver, tampoco veo por qué me estás pidiendo disculpas a mí o una oportunidad que hable con Ayato, sí. Con Ayato, ahí. No parece que se arrepienta de absolutamente nada. Solo se ha cagado el culo o algo.
We'll head off to the Kamisato estate shortly and beseech him to help us with the utmost sincerity.
Ahí, a pedirle ayuda, venga. Le amenaza y luego le intenta pedir ayuda. Vale. No, claro, y claro, es como... ¿Cómo van a dejarla ahí sola? Se la llevan, ¿no? Ay, reúnete con Kamisato, Ayato. Venga. Ahora será todo política, me imagino. Ahora va a ser todo... Bla, 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 Tenryu. Bla, 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 Yashiro. Sí, voy a decir algo bueno de ti. Si tal... Te meto mierda, pero poco más. Tú mejor no me digas que haga nada, que capaz que digo que eres un... No sé, un ladrón, un usurero, lo que sea. A ver, ¿dónde está? Venía cuántos. Aquí. Tatamis de eso. Hola. Siempre está de espalda este hombre cuando tiene que recibir a gente.
The Tenryo Commission has now occupied Rito, refusing to leave until we hand Lady Hiragi over to them. I realize I have greatly offended you with my atrocious actions, and I realize also that this must sound like the very height of absurdity. But please, have mercy, good sir.
I'm sorry, Mr. Matsura. I'm exceptionally busy and have but a moment to spare before my...
Sí, está mirando la pared. Yo también estaría muy ocupado mirando la pared.
So, please, if you would be so kind, get straight to the point.
I know our apology means nothing to you, but we really have nothing
el
else
libro por
left
ahí.
to offer by this point. I'm terribly sorry. Everyone in the entire Conjo Commission now realizes the gravity of this situation. Lady Hiragi is indispensable to us. We promise to always support her. So, would it be at all
Sí que se arrepienten rápido.
to Sir Kujo once more, on our behalf?
You make it sound so easy. The Tri-Commission will be ridiculed by the public if we choose to withdraw the notices now and eat our words. What do you plan to do about this? To lose face for the Tri-Commission is to bring shame to Her Excellency. Are you and your associates ready to face the thunderous wrath of the almighty Shogun?
We'll take full responsibility. We'll publish a new notice and hold a conference to explain the situation.
Va a
We'll make sure
publicar
everyone knows this was all a huge
el complot, ¿no?
misunderstanding. We'll do
No me
everything
parece un
we can to
malentendido para
minimize
nada.
the impact. Everything we can.
Master Matsura, you should have known it would come to this. Whatever were you thinking? But the Tri-Commission must always put the interests of Inazuma first, regardless of what Sir Kujo and I may feel at this present moment. If the situation in Rito is left to fester any further, things may get out of control. But Lady Hiragi and the inhabitants of Rito are innocent. If we fail to contain the situation promptly, the rumor mill will wreak havoc on the Tri-Commission's reputation.
La reputación del tribunato este no está especialmente buena ahora mismo, así que tampoco...
Pleasant to listen to, but they can also become irritating if they don't know when to stop. And as for the ones with excessively long tongues, well, they're so insufferable that they can't be kept as pets at all. But it doesn't take a moment to cut out their tongues and silence them for good.
Joder, bro, ¿qué te pasa?
I understand.
Que ya sé que todo esto es una amenaza, pero bro, pobrecillo el pájaro.
But I can't guarantee that he will change his mind.
I understand. Thank you for your help, Yashiro Commissioner.
All right, you ought to return now. I'm sure you have a sizable mess to deal with back in the Kanjo Commission.
Vale, esto es lo que ha dicho que se tendría que encargar los otros, ¿no?
Thank you once again, Commissioner.
¿Se queda Chisato aquí?
Ah, yes, Lady Hiragi. I have something to tell you. Would you mind?
Oh? Why, of course. Sir Kamisato, you became a completely different person just now. It felt so intense.
Unruly servants like him need to be severely reprimanded. As a commissioner, the almighty Shogun trusts me to do her will.
Sí, eso es lo que digo, que es que estos van justo debajo de la Shogun y aún así se atrevían a ir en contra.
I'd like to take off my commissioner hat and share a personal story with you.
Personal story. Venga, lore.
You must have heard that the Kamisato clan once went through an extremely difficult period. My father worked incredibly hard to compensate for the grave errors made by the Kamisato clan long ago and restore our reputation. The work took a toll on his health and ultimately led to his untimely demise. My mother loved him dearly. She passed soon after. This sudden turn of events dealt a heavy blow to the Yashiro Commission. Behind the scenes, things became very unstable. Everyone thought that the Kamisato clan had lost power. That made my sister and me nothing but burdens, hindering the ambitions of others. It may sound preposterous now, but I assure you that is the truth of what the Yashiro Commission has been through.
Por eso le molestaba tanto personalmente lo de la usurpación.
I had no choice but to accept the position I was in. While I desperately looked around for powerful supporters, I endured smear campaigns and attempts to exploit me. I had no other choice. I had to honor my parents' dying wishes, and I also had a young sister to take care of. I didn't mind what became of me, but my family. No one can ever be allowed to trample over my precious family. Fortunately, I persisted and the Kamisato clan was able to survive this storm.
Kamisato significa familia.
I now know where my sense of
Creo.
loss and confusion was coming from. Shinojo once told me that he saw what was in me in a way that no one else did. That's why he couldn't bear to see me live the rest of my life depending on someone else. I thought the reason I felt unsettled was because of uncertainty over getting married. But the fact is, it's because I felt too young and inexperienced to handle the situation facing me.
The reason why Sir Kujo was able to face the prospect of marriage so confidently is because he's prepared for anything.
That's it. The situation I'm facing now is the same one he faced back then. When his clan was in crisis, he bravely drew his blade and challenged the almighty Shogun. And now, it is time for me to make a stand and become my own person.
Well said. I'm sure once you have grown and gained confidence, your father will be able to let go and allow you to decide how you want to live the rest of your life.
Pero su padre está en cárcel. ¿Qué le va a permitir o no permitir?
Personal growth is a necessary step in the pursuit of true happiness.
And I'm sure I can get there. I will use this as an opportunity to take over the responsibilities of the Hiragi clan. I'll think about marriage again after everything is more settled. This puts less pressure on Kamaji and means I can support and protect myself without having to worry about becoming a
Es una mujer fuerte y independiente. Es lo que quiere decir, ¿vale? Resumen.
When the time comes for the wedding to go ahead, I will come to congratulate you once more.
Thank you, Sir Kamisato. I am grateful for everything you have shared with me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to deal with back home.
Take care, Lady Hiragi. I'm confident that on your return, you will find your Kanjo Commission associates most receptive to your instruction.
Yes. In fact, my recent experience
Sí, que están cagados de
suggests
miedo,
the
¿no?
same.
Básicamente.
Thank you once again.
Al final se ha ocupado de todo, básicamente, personalmente. Básicamente, personalmente. Realmente hacen buena pareja, sí.
Everyone thought there was no way out until you pulled that super smart strategy out of nowhere.
In fact, counter-checking is a perfectly common maneuver in the game of chess. Our rival this time was easy to deal with. He was smart, but short-sighted, and sloppy in his execution. This outcome is entirely within my expectation.
Even so, Paimon could never come up with a plan that cunning in a whole lifetime.
No me ha parecido especialmente astuto, la verdad.
Anyway, it's kind of a relief to see that Chisato has decided to set the Hiragi clan straight.
I agree. Stability in Inazuma benefits me as well. I wasn't about to pass up an opportunity to make less trouble for myself.
Entonces, ¿cuál es tu posición en todo esto? No solo querías ayudar a Hiragi, ¿verdad? A Chisato, perdón.
The fact is that I am first and foremost the Yashiro Commissioner. Perhaps for Master Matsura, power is his life's pursuit. But for me, nothing matters more than the stability of Inazuma. A stable nation is the prerequisite for a stable Yashiro Commission. Only then can the Kamisato clan and the other Yashiro Commission clans have a peaceful existence. But human desire will always be a factor in the equation. This is not the first situation of its kind, nor will it be the last. All I have tried to do is make sure the three parties to the Tri-Commission serve to restrain each other. Stasis is not the only form of stability. A balance of power leaving no room for maneuver achieves the same end.
Restringiéndose entre sí. No me parece muy útil, la verdad, restringiéndose. Que comprendo que no pueden tener cualquier libertad para hacer lo que les dé la gana. Pero, no sé, equilibrando el poder, sí. Supongo que es la forma de ponerlo.
Another positive outcome is that everyone recognizes how important Lady Hiragi is now. I think I did her a sizable favor in that regard. Dealing with the Hiragi clan will be much easier for her than navigating a new and unfamiliar one.
There were so many things at play over this one wedding. Wait a second. You weren't trying to stop the wedding from the very beginning, were you?
Sí.
I thought straight away it was bad timing. Nevertheless, everything I said to Hiragi Chisato was entirely sincere. If you choose to give up your stance on something once, you'll be having to compromise for the rest of your life. I didn't want to see her suffer because she didn't realize what she was getting into. Now, she has the chance to become her own person. Let's see who she becomes.
Os dice oportunidad. Tienes la oportunidad, o sea que puede no tomarla. No considera que haya evolucionado todavía, pero que puede hacerlo. Hasta la próxima, Ayato. Uy.
Farewell, and profuse thanks to you both. I shall have to host you at the Kamisato estate when my sister is next available.
Venga.
Looks like everything's resolved. Masterfully done. Everything was perfect. Well, except for one minor detail. I somehow ended up with a glass of very peculiar tasting milk.
Eso merece una captura.
Didn't you like
Leche
it?
peculiar.
I distinctly remember
De
you saying
leche de
about
sabor
your aversion
peculiar.
to exotic flavors.
Oh, my lord.
The traveler had one of those as well.
I'm sure he's made a great impression on you.
Indeed play a critical role in this case. I'm sure both families would have been more guarded against me had he and his companion not been present. It wouldn't have been so easy to get to the heart of the matter.
There you go again. my
Sí, soy muy
lord.
útil.
Placing the focus on other people while discreetly performing your job to perfection.
Naturally. Ah, yes. Now that we're both free, let's finish off that game of chess we started a few days ago.
Ah, todavía no habían acabado. Pensaba que ya había perdido el toma. O sea, tal como lo dijo, dice no sé cuántos movimientos sin mirar o no sé qué. Vale, hojas que caen de las malvicias. Hemos terminado con la misión de Ayato. Lo tengo, ¿vale? Así que voy a equipármelo simplemente por fardar de que lo he pillado. No hay ningún otro motivo, ¿vale? Si veis que algún otro youtuber lo hace, ¿vale? Es por eso. O sea, no se está diciendo... O sea, no lo hace por el lore ni nada. Lo hace porque lo ha pillado, ¿vale? Y ya está. O sea, no tiene otro motivo, ¿eh? Ya está. Solo para mostrarlo. Espero que os haya gustado. Y ale. Chao.